a team leader from Nabongo. Yes, and Newman's girlfriend was part of my team.
He did a very good policing job.
He started, from Ohio.
Yeah.
So who advised you to come and read pharmacy? Have you seen the old car over there? That is my car. I've been working as a pharmacist for so many years. That's the car I have. So when your friends were going to medical school, didn't you see them? And you decide to come and read pharmacy. So you end up buying some of these cars. And that's how you end up. When we left the lab, some of the ladies were really crying. But they are going to tell their dad that they will change their program. It was later on we saw your scale and realized
today's episode of Time with Gpsa. So today we'll be interviewing another important personality from our faculty. She's a lecturer from the Department of Pharmacognosy. She's a friend, a mother, and a role model to many of us. And without wasting my time, I'd like to introduce to us all Dr. Mrs. Evelyn Asante Kwetia. Hello, Doc.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to today's show. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation to be a part of today's program.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Ernestina, and with me is
Tifre.
So, Doc, please, would like to know more about you. Can you tell us a bit about who you are and about your family background as well?
Okay, so you know that my name is Evelyn Asante Kwetia, or Evelyn Miracle. Asante Kwetia. Most people call me Evelyn Miracle.
Yeah.
Some also call me Evelyn Asante Kwetia. I'm comfortable with both of them.
Okay.
And so, about my background, I'm a late 80s born.
Okay.
And I spent most of my childhood in Koforidua where my parents lived. I'm from a family of 4. Yes, I'm a Koforidua Slav. From a family of 4.
Okay.
And for my education, I attended secondary school in Every Girls.
Okay.
Yes.
A good youth.
So I'm in Pankasa. And then from
Before
there,
Sohain.
from there I came to the Faculty of Pharmacy to pursue a B Pharm.
Okay.
Then it was B Pharm. I was part of the 2011 year group. So I'm a professional pharmacist. Okay, as most of you are learning to become. You will become doctor pharmacist. We are regular pharmacists. So after the pharmacy degree, following my passion and let me say God's own way, I returned quickly to school to pursue further studies. Then I did my PhD. By 27, I had my PhD already.
27.
Yes. I'm not too old. I'm old. Yes, 27, getting 20. I wasn't 28 yet, but then I was 28 a few months after. Okay. Yes, so by the grace of God, I got the opportunity to be a lecturer here. And I've been here for almost 4 years now. So I'm married. I have 2 kids. And if I'm not teaching or doing science, I'm spending most of my time with my family. I'm a home person.
Okay.
Yes. I like cooking, watching movies, and things like that. My kids, the older one is about 3.5.
Oh, okay. Then
So they are children.
Okay.
And the second one is, she'll be 2 next month, in September. So that's it.
Yeah. So, Doc, there's something I would like to know. So most of you don't know this, but Dr. Evelyn's dad is Dr. Elder Kwesi Miracle, Emmanuel Kwesi Miracle, yes, the famous musician. Yes. So how was life like growing up, people knowing your dad and all that? Like, how did people treat you, where you go out? Even now, like, how's life like being the daughter of Dr. Elder Miracle?
Oh, being a daughter of Elder Miracle. Like Elder Miracle didn't become Elder Miracle
All of a sudden.
Like when we were kids, he was Elder Miracle, but it was on a lower tone.
Okay.
Like, I mean, a young man doing his music with one guitar, he carries his microphone around. He was known in the church. I'm a Church of Pentecost member. And in some, other churches and, in Ghana. But as time went on, as we grew, then he became what you call famous today. So growing up, what I've come to know growing up with him was that your father's name is always following you.
Yeah.
So you should always watch the way you behave.
Okay.
That is the main thing that has come with me since I was a child. Because you cannot behave anyhow. You should always remember that if you drag yourself into the mud, you are dragging your father's name also into the mud. So in a way, it shaped me. It made me more cautious. It also opened a lot of opportunities or a lot of doors for me. Some people, when they hear that, oh, your father is out of milk. Even yesterday, one of the cleaners came here that hey, she has said that my father is out of milk. Hey, her husband has been listening to my father's teaching. I mean, yes, it feels good to know that he's had such a great impact. Okay, so that's how it has been. And even though I'm no more home, I'm married, I'm having my own children, I'm still very. His name is always following me. So I'm still very cautious about the way I behave. So I think that's just how it has been.
Very nice. Okay, so please, you said you had your B farm here.
Yes, I had my B farm.
First of all, what informed your choice of coming to pharmacy school? Like, why pharmacy school? And how was life like as a student here?
Why pharmacy school? I didn't really, after secondary school, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted. I did science. I wanted to do business. Then my mom said, oh, even if you do science, you can still do business when you come to the university, so do science. Then I did science. And when the WASI results came, I passed very well. I think we were the first batch to write WASI. The WASI that is Africa. Oh, we were the second batch also. So I passed well. Then now I was like, okay, so do you want to go to medical school? And I said, oh, I don't think I want to be a nurse. My mom is a nurse. So she has been telling me that, oh, the doctor's job is too stressful. It has fame. It's prestigious, but then it doesn't really pay much like the way it looks, and it's very stressful. Even if you get the money, you would have to suffer and all that. So if I'm not really interested in medicine, then there's also pharmacy. At that time, I didn't know much about pharmacy. So she said, okay, then I'll do pharmacy. It wasn't like there was a passion there's no pharmacist in my family. So it's not like I've seen someone doing it, but I said, okay, I'll do it. Then I came to do pharmacy. And in school, I'm a very easygoing person. I've been like this since. So I took everything very easy. I'll learn, I'll play, I'll do some Gpsa things. I was Gpsa treasurer in second year.
Second year?
Yes, in second year.
Wow.
I was Gpsa treasurer in second year. Because I'm a very sociable person, I had a very good relationship with most people.
Okay.
So though I was contesting with someone in third year, I was so lucky to win, And because Adam people were just saying, it was like that. So I think I enjoyed myself in pharmacy. I liked pharmaceutical chemistry. I always got an A. Pharmaceutical chemistry. Except, yes, but I always got an A. It was only once. It was only once that I didn't drill. But I think at that time the pass mark was 40 and I got 41.
Wow.
So I think it was 251 physical pharmacy. The lab. At that time we used to do lab exams.
Okay.
And I didn't sit up at all. But then because I think I was going to the lab, I was writing my report. So I'm sure I actually trailed. But probably the TAs realized that maybe something didn't go wrong. So they just put me at 41. So that I'll pass. I don't remember that at that time we had to do receipts. I don't remember doing any receipts. We didn't do receipts. If you trail, you trail. Your average will come down, but then you go on.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Except if you trail more than 4 or 5 or so, then you have to repeat, or they will sack you. At that time, they used to sack. Now they don't sack. If you have 4 trails, they will sack you. But I had 1 trail. I don't remember coming to do the receipt. Then you just. So I think that was it. I was an easygoing person, and I did well, quite well. So.
But for your love in chemistry in university, how did you switch from chemistry to pharmacology?
Oh, I think when it came to getting a job or becoming a lecturer, and at the point where the opportunity came for me to do my PhD, I had been a TA from a cognosy, I had been a TA in microbiology. I was a TA in Central University, not here.
Okay.
So at that time, they didn't have many TAs, so I had to be doing pharmacognosy and microbiology. And they needed lecturers for pharmacognosy and microbiology there. So they actually advised me that I should come and do it so that later, if the opportunity comes, I can come and teach them. Yes, so that was why I did pharmacognosy. I didn't choose microbiology. I don't know, but I think I just decided. So I realized that even in microbiology, most of the work people are doing, they are using plants. And when I got a scholarship to study abroad, the supervisor I had was interested in natural products.
Okay.
So sometimes you don't really decide what you want to do. You may have a passion for this, but the opportunity comes with something else. So you just accept it. And then you be an all-round person. If you decide to be finishing like I love chemistry, I want to work chemistry, it delays so many things. So when the opportunity came, I just accepted it, and then I went to do my natural products and chemistry. It was still chemistry, natural products chemistry.
Okay.
And then I came back to be a lecturer.
That's a good advice. Okay.
Back in school, aside having a favorite course, chemistry, do you also have a favorite lecturer?
A favorite lecturer? At that time, I don't really know. I don't think I had it.
But is there any lecturer currently with us that also taught you?
Oh yes, many of them. Many of them. Lecturers who taught me. Prof. Merlin Mensah, of course. Prof. Yeboah Mensah. Prof. Ejari.
Ejari?
Yes, Ejari is.
He doesn't really look.
You see, Ejari, I can say that maybe you can also become a lecturer. And then they will ask you, was there any lecture? And you say I taught you. It doesn't mean I'm an old person. By the time I was in third year, Ejari returned from his PhD.
Okay.
Yes, then he came to teach us. Okay. I think even Komlaga taught me.
Interesting.
Yes. And in chemistry, Bequin, in cancer, Prof. Yim, and in clinical pharmacy, almost all those in clinical pharmacy, including Efiamafu, they all taught me. Efiamafu taught me. Yes. She taught me. She also came back around the time we were in third, fourth year or so. So most of the people around, even James, my own friend, the exams officer, he wasn't a full-time lecturer at that time, but he still taught me in the lab. So Timber also taught me. Yasantua was a TA when I was here. So most of the people have been around for a while.
Now you seem to be younger than I had.
You are younger than Halima, yes. Yes, I'm younger. I think it's like that. How old do you think I am? You can't talk about
I don't want to put myself in trouble.
Don't put yourself in trouble.
Okay, so but what was your most challenging course? Like you said chemistry was your favorite, but what other course did you find most challenging? Yeah.
Maybe it's biochemistry.
Okay.
And then there's one called ChemPass.
Okay.
Hey,
For all.
Yes.
That one it was, I didn't really enjoy
Everyone
it.
knows.
Everyone ChemPass, everyone. I didn't really enjoy it. Even now, if I see the question paper, still I cannot answer. I cannot answer. Yes, but overall, it was okay. It was okay.
You mentioned that back in school you were a very low-key person.
Oh, I wasn't a low-key person. I was an all-rounded person. I wasn't a low-key person, but I was an easygoing person.
Oh,
That means I could
easygoing,
enjoy
not
myself,
going.
go here and go here and go there.
So did you have any relationships?
Relationships on campus? Oh yes. Lord.
Hey, the way you said,
Oh, yes.
like,
We are interested.
Handsome every year.
No, not like handsome every year. Actually, when I came to school, I met someone who was in fourth year.
Okay. Like
So I
when you're
was
in first year.
When I was in first year, I met someone who was in fourth year. He was a very good guy. So I was in a relationship from first year to fourth year. I didn't have time
With the
to.
same guy?
Yes, with the same guy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have time to just that, and he completed when I came.
Okay.
So of course you have other people coming your way. It doesn't mean that I'm not married. I mean, of course I'm not married to you. Not that I'm in a relationship with other people.
Okay.
But then, maybe let's go and buy some kebab. Let's go and do this here and there. After all, I didn't even marry that person in the end.
Yeah.
So I think being in one relationship throughout my pharmacy also helped me.
Okay.
Recently, one of my mates were telling me that, oh, we're in the same class, but there was no way they can come and propose to somebody like Evelyn. Because I don't know, but most of me and my friends, I don't know, they left us to older people.
Yeah.
And my mates left me, the boys in my class, they left me for older men. I don't know for what reason. So I didn't really have my peers, like I had older people,
Okay.
one older person,
Okay.
and other friends.
Okay.
But eventually I didn't even marry that person.
That's so interesting. I wanted to ask why it ended, but
Oh, why? Don't worry. We'll talk about that one later.
Okay, so speaking about your love lives, how did you meet?
You like love life?
Oh no, that's so. How did you meet your husband? Now, yeah, how did you meet him, and how did it all start?
I completed school in 2011.
Okay.
I met my husband in 2000 at the latter part of 2013. And we got married in 2017. So in between 2014 and 2017, I was not in Ghana.
Okay.
So I met my husband around August 2013 at a wedding of one of our colleagues, one of my friends. And we became friends. Just after becoming friends, I had to travel, but we were still in contact until I came back. And we got married. Sometimes sometimes we waste time with so many things, but it's very good. It's a stage. You have to enjoy yourself. Don't be promiscuous. Don't go fornicating, but enjoy yourself. Have fun. It's a stage, though. I miss those times. Honestly, I miss those times when everybody's around you. Hey, today we'll buy you this, tomorrow they'll give you this. Everybody's saying, "Oh, you are so cool." It's a stage. So when you get there, you have to enjoy it. But marriage too is another phase. Having children is another phase. So in every phase you get to, or every stage, just enjoy it and thank God that it all happened. Yeah. So that's how I met my husband.
That's nice. I'd like to chip in this as well. When you first came to our first year, like a lot of, especially the boys, everybody was like, "Hey, who is this lady? Hey, she's beautiful." Oh, that, like they were all yes. So I wanted to ask you, yes. Even now that yes, so
now that's happening.
Yes, you lost weight and all that. People still say that. So like I wanted to know if you get those compliments a lot from the students. Like, do you hear that often?
I get the compliments from the students. I see it on their status.
Okay.
Some of them, they don't really say, you see it on their status. Some of them, to on Father's Day or something, they write you a long poem. It's nice, like a very nice poem. Very nice. And I still get it. But as you are growing, you should know how to manage some of these things. You are growing, but you are still children. I'm about more than 10 years older than most of you. Yes, so I just manage. It's normal. Be my mother, she still gets very normal.
Yes.
From your the experience you have being a student now in lecturer, do you have anything to say for those of us that are currently students?
Or anything to tell those of you who are currently students? Appreciate where you are. First of all, appreciate where you are. Before you can get more blessings, before you can move ahead, it's very important that you appreciate where you have come from and where you have gotten to. That's first. Secondly, don't brood too much about how long the journey is or how difficult it's going to be. Every time you should try to appreciate the number of courses you passed, regardless of the number of courses you have failed. The moment you start worrying too much about the number of courses you have failed, it becomes very difficult for you. Only God knows how far you have to go. I tell you, it's not the first class students in your classes who are going to make it big time. I wasn't a first class student. My grade was 69 anyway, but I wasn't a first class student.
That's still a very
I started from 64 or 62 when I came to first year. And our BPharm was 4 years. It's not 6 years. So it's not like I had a long time to increase my average.
Wow.
From 62 to 69, it's about 7 points. And I was Gpsa treasure. And I was going for SMS housewarming, Gpsa socializer. Now, because of COVID, you don't even do socializer. Dinner, party, everywhere I go, they're nice. I'm not best at coming.
Yeah.
I was doing all that, but I was still having time to learn. And I was happy that I was doing the pharmacy. Okay, so appreciate where you have come from, where you have gotten to. Only God knows how far you have to go in this life. Only God knows how far we all have to go. We don't even know how long we have to stay in this life. We don't know. So don't do too much about how long the journey is going to be. Wherever you are, thank God and move on. Keep moving. By the time you realize you've gotten to your destination. Again, everything is timing. For my life, one thing I've realized is that if you work hard and you leave everything to God, do your best and leave everything to God, things will just fall in place for you. Things will just, sometimes it doesn't look like it's falling in place. It doesn't mean that everything has gone so smoothly for me. But the things that didn't go smoothly, I realized that they were all coming together to work. So do your best and leave the rest to God, and know that everything is timing. Your time will come. Your time will come. The time for the CWA to increase will come. Okay, just work hard. Once you are working hard, know that definitely you reap what you are sowing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Evelyn. It's been a very nice session, very interactive. Thank you for the advice and for sharing with us, your personal stuff and all that. But lastly, about this is the last one. Yes. So please, what impression do you have about farm media? Like this? Yes.
Impression about farm media?
Yes, please.
I think you have come really far. During that time, there was nothing like this. There was nothing. And I think it's a very good initiative. Whoever started it has done very well. I think you are doing very well. You are really propagating the message about student pharmacists and pharmacy as a whole. So keep it up.
Thank you.
And continue to work hard. I hope you are getting calls from other faculties to come and help them in their
with pictures and videos
with their programs. Very soon we'll be taking over all the weddings for all the pharmacists, all the weddings and all the ceremonies, even when it comes to pharmacy, the annual general meeting we have for pharmacists. There may be a time that they will say farm media will come and capture it. You never know.
Yes.
So just keep working hard, and I think we'll get there. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much once again.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Right.
So we have come to an end of this series of A Time with GPSC with Dr. Evelyn. Thank you so much for joining us.